Hello, I'm Jason, welcome to Diecast Restos. With me here is a Lesney Matchbox 19B MGA sports car. These were produced between 1958 and 1962. All were painted off-white to cream and had a red base plate that provided the interior seating. Atop this sat a tan-brown painted driver that mine is missing, save for a small broken stud from his fitment. Here's how it should look. And here is a real MGA. Two rivets attach the body to the base of this casting, and their placement has meant the base on mine is a little bent out of shape. Wheels could be metal or grey or silver plastic. Most were crimped onto the axles, except for the silver plastic and one run of the grey plastic types. These were rounded like mine. The driver I have sourced a reproduction of, which you'll see later on. The drivers are seated holding a cast steering wheel. Some later variants added a small steering column that extended out from the driver's arms. The reproduction features this column. The very earliest run of the MGA featured gold trim instead of silver. The gold covered the grille, headlights and bumpers before being exchanged for silver. These are very valuable, but not quite as valuable as a silver plastic wheeled 19B. All could be found with red trim for the taillights, though this was very erratic in its application. The MGA had replaced the 19A MG Midget in 1958, which I restored in 2021, but was worryingly one of my worst performing YouTube videos. The real MGA was built by British marque MG between 1955 and 1962. It replaced the MG Midget TF, the generation that followed the Midget I restored. The MGA put an end to MG's traditional running board look in favour of the vogue ponton styling. Due to this departure, it received the MGA name as it represented the first of a new line. By now, MG were aligned with the British Motor Corporation and their B-Series 1500cc engine was fitted. This engine allowed for the lower bonnet line, enabling its radical new styling. It also had no exterior door handles on the convertible model. The 1955-58 MGA 1500 produced 68 horsepower, before being uprated to 72 with 58,750 coupes and convertibles built. In 1958, the powerful 1.6 litre twin-cam model was added, with output now reaching 100 horsepower. It also had Dunlop disc brakes fitted all round. However, the new engine was temperamental and it was ceased in April 1960. Earlier in May 1959, the standard cars were upgraded, with a 1600cc engine and disc brakes on the front. Some deluxe 1600s featured the all-round disc brakes borrowed from the twin cam. Little changed in terms of styling on the 1600 from the 1500, aside for badging and lighting adjustments. Production ran into 1960 before it was replaced by the Mark II. Despite being a new marque, little changed except for the lighting arrangement and inset grille. 8,719 Mark IIs were built between 1960 and 1962. It was then replaced by the new MGB. Right, it appears I've talked over the entire process and we're now here putting it back together. My tan-painted reproduction driver is slotted safely into his seat first of all, before I ease the body over the top of him. Then the base connects via two M2 laptop screws. So this is how the MGA looked initially. It had a rusty set of axles, a bashed around bent base, flaky paintwork with some questionable discoloration, and a driver who had gone AWOL. It's a pretty little casting that borrowed a lot of styling cues from its older 19A sibling. There's a lot of nice cast detailing that I think the OG paint was just too thick for. But here it is now, reimagined by me. The high coat paint covers the entire thing very well indeed, but doesn't flush out all the badging or cast lines that were so faint before. I've given it the full complement of silver trim, plus added in the 2 specks of red for the tail lights. I found a reproduction driver to take over driving duties, complete with steering wheel and steering column in his hands. Otherwise, the usual jobs of derusting axles, washing wheels and chroming axle ends have all taken place. So if you like what I've done with this casting, please do leave the video a like and consider subscribing. I'm hoping this one performs better than the 19A. Quick shout out to my channel supporters via YouTube memberships and Patreon. If you want to show some love and join them, links are in the description below. So that's it for now. All that leaves me to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.